off with wanting to dance in my piece. So I began to research on how I could like join dancing and acting together, but as long as it was for a 15-minute performance. So I began to research and think of a theme, and my ideas were mental health and bullying originally. The reason behind me wanting to research these ideas, like before anything else, like before researching into Fringe and stuff, was because like the two subjects that I'd like to research more into and gain a greater understanding of like the subjects. I also think that would be challenging for me to do a performance like this, because I've never done a performance on my own, and I think it will help me with my director's piece in creating a performance on my own. In order for me to actually understand what an actual Fringe festival was after I did all this information, like after I gathered my idea and stuff, I decided to do some research into the history of Fringe. So I basically looked into like the history, and then I began to watch began to go into like looking into actual festivals, like we've got the Edinburgh Festival. So then I started to watch YouTube videos on YouTube and like kind of explain why I watched them YouTube videos and what I liked about them. One thing I did like was I think it was like a video of these guys, and they were like on drums singing and stuff, and like they were making their own music and singing. And I kind of liked how they didn't have a backing track, which I thought was quite different, which is when what made me develop my idea into not dancing from an actual song. So after I did all that research into Fringe, I've decided to think about my staging of my performance. And I'd like to either have a performance based around theatre in the round or like normal setting staging. So I've done some like staging sheets of my possible staging. So I've got this one, I don't know if you'll be able to see it because it's in pencil. So this was one where it's like a catwalk, so I'm thinking of either using a catwalk as one of my possible ideas. So I'm going to like workshop my performance around them all. Then I've also done one for the normal staging, and then another one for performance like in the round. For the technical side of things, I haven't quite got an idea yet of what I want to do, but I have planning on setting up a meeting with Tom, which has been putting my action plan for next week. So I've not kind of got to that point yet. And my specific audience would be like anyone really, because I'm kind of trying to target it to everyone really, and just show how bullying can be through all age groups and how mental health can be for everyone. Through this, I'm hoping to gain some experience in creating a performance myself. So again, I'll be able to use the qualities that I've gained for director's piece. And in order for me to keep on track with all my work, I've created a week-by-week action timetable to help me keep on track with all the work. So it is here, and I've pretty much done it week by week, but I am going to change it to day by day and hourly, so I know exactly what I'm doing and I can keep on track with all my work properly. I've also done a Fringe ideas sheet, which is kind of saying all my ideas, speaking about my staging ideas and what I wanted, all the possible reasons. So for my staging, I spoke about I want to do theatre in the round as a possibility. So I said I would be able to get the audience more involved with it, and I'd be able to experiment a lot with being up close and personal to the audience. But I might struggle with allowing the audience to see me all the way around. So I could be blocking people off quite a lot with me wanting to perform in the middle and not sat next to them. So then I thought about the normal layout as a possibility, but it's not as close to the audience as I would want it to be. So then I thought about the oval, having them in an oval, which I've not yet done a stage plan for that yet. Because this would be good as it would allow everyone to see me, but again it kind of cuts it off, that there's a barrier between the performance and the audience, which I don't want. And then I thought of the runway, with the audience split and then a runway going straight down. And I thought this would be good because it allowed me to walk out into the audience, everyone can see you. So I'm thinking of the runway at the moment, but I'm kind of going to create my performance and then work around it and see what I prefer best. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Josiah, any thoughts from any of them categories or any further questions that you've got?
I did have one, but oh, it was now. So if you come back, I did have it, but it's just got.
Yep. Trish, comments from the sections or any further questions?
Staging and tech requirements, I thought that is good. That you explained what could go wrong with the different types of stage.
Yeah.
And who influenced your piece.
Influencing my piece is more just like my grandma and my family. Like they've had a lot of like mental health problems and stuff, and a lot of bullying's gone on. And I kind of want to make it more noticeable to people and like kind of show people like the effects that bullying can actually have outside of people who's getting bullied, like say in college, because you don't see what they go through at home and how someone bullying someone, you don't know what they do at home. Like you don't see the effects that what you do to them has on them at home.
Anything else, Trish?
No, that's it.
No. Natasha, any comments from the sections or any further questions?
Just that, what practitioners are you looking at?
I don't know yet.
Right.
Okay.
My only question is how are you going to make sure it lasts? Is it 15-20 minutes?
Well, I have had like
just a dance?
on my ideas piece, like I did say I wanted to do dance, but I have like had kind of other ideas that I'd like to look into. So like kind of like doing an acting piece as well as the dancing. So like either, because obviously dancing you're not going to be able to do a whole 15-minute performance on your own, dancing the whole way through. Like I would struggle with that. So I have thought of like obviously interviewing people, kind of having them tapes recorded in the back. But then I've also been watching 13 Reasons Why, which is kind of, and Mean Girls as well. That's a big one. And kind of looked at how like tape recordings in that. So I'm thinking of kind of either, and like one of my other ideas is like acting to that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like not all dancing. So hopefully I'm thinking it will last.
Josiah, comments
What you
and questions?
saying for the stage runway? I've remembered my question now. Are you having the actual stage runway or just a gap in the audience?
A stage runway,
A
but there'll be a gap in the audience as well, that bit. No, like when you come
Yeah.
down, so like the audience will be split.
And have you thought about maybe having, instead of your audience being, flat facing stage, having it maybe turned so then they can all see it and then...
Yeah, that was the, speaking about them around
Yeah.
it, that's one of my stage ideas that I spoke about. Because that way everyone can see them. So.
Any comments about any of the categories or further questions from anyone?
I think that the way you did mental health and bullying is a really good link.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you very much.